All right, you guys, we got another pro life update. Shout out to Lion Den community. Shout out to A Weapons, Weapons It, Mill Life Music Forever. Want to give huge shout outs to my brother Big Ticket. And shout out to Two Wall for TV. Shout out to the LBC Brand Sport TV. Shout out to Cream the Report. Now, we got to talk about this. Make sure you guys, as you guys come in here, share this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the like. Now, got to dive into this video. Should Lakers be concerned? Should Lakers be worried? And yes, the Los Angeles Lakers should be somewhat worried, particularly due to their inconsistency, play, and struggle in their recent series. While they have LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic, they need to improve defensively and address their offensive efficiently. Lakers have shown inconsistently play, which could be, a hunt later down these playoffs. So, want to talk about LeBron James showing some kind of sign of decline in several areas, including scoring, efficiency, his athleticism, particularly in his transition game, three-point game, his three-point shooting in the last games he has. While remain a highly impact player, some of his peak numbers are down. He is facing challenging, maintaining his previous level of dominancy over his 22 season of his longevity. You guys make sure as you guys come in here, hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. Now, I got my brother here. What do you see and what, should the Lakers be concerned?
They should be concerned on the things that you mentioned, the efficiency of LeBron James, the deterioration as Father Time kicks in. That's why I think it's deterioration to the game. His three-point efficiency is dropped. His athleticism, as you see, and as my brothers talked about, has deteriorated. To me, I believe that lays a heavy burden on the Lakers, and it takes away from other players that they could have to help them out. But as you see what happened in the game, last game, they had a 20-point, what was the lead? The 20-point lead, right?
I believe so.
And the Timberwolves was able to come back due to the lack of defense, too, of the Lakers. The Lakers don't have, I don't know what everybody else needs, but they don't have that type of defense everybody else is talking about. Luka has been sensational. Let's get this straight. Luka has been sensational. He's done his job. Austin Reeves has not shown up for the playoffs so far. LeBron James first game was 19 points. Last game was 21. The 2-point difference is it's not talkable for me. The Lakers, to me, is in trouble. The rest, let's talk about this later. They're in trouble because when the Timberwolves go back home, it's going to be a different ball game. Let's take it back to you.
I see much of this game that they had, game 2. I see how Lakers played the first 2 quarters, and then I thought that the ref was allowing them to, you know, help them, you know what I mean, in this deficit that they had. And then we seen out the second half of the game, I watched how the referees, you know, Lakers haven't played efficient, and this is why I'm concerned that they can never play 48 minutes of basketball without the referees getting into the game. And there was a lot of calls was called. You know, there was bad officiating, and got to a point where coaches got involved. And if they didn't have the replay, if the NBA didn't have a replay, just think how much, you know what I mean, teams will, you know, struggle in these home games. So what's your take of it?
That game, literally, I ain't never seen nothing like it. The referees, if I'm seeing it with my own eyes, everybody has to see this. The referees gave Lakers that game. That was a bad officiated game to me. The referees officiated that game very bad. They didn't give the Timberwolves no justice. LeBron's flopping to him and Luka continually arguing with the refs, trying to get the calls in their favor. It's a circus. To me, it's a circus. And the NBA do not need that type of thing because for the ratings. The ratings, that does that. That's very bad for the ratings to me. And for that to keep going on and the refs allowing that to go, it has to be something done about that. I didn't see no text call when LeBron James yelled at the ref and cussed. That had been a tech for anybody else. It seemed like they got the refs in their pocket. Especially one particular referee. It seemed like he was ignoring the calls of the Timberwolves, but giving all the Lakers their right calls they needed. So, you tell me this. Is the NBA going to allow the referees to call the game straight down the line, or they're going to allow a bullshit game like we just saw in game 2, Lakers versus Timberwolves? What's the expectations for the next game, bro? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
What you got? What's your expectations for the next game?
Minnesota going back home for game 3. I think that they will play a much efficient game. I think the game will be much different. I think the calls will be much different. I think, Lakers have to go and, they have to make a adjustment on how they're going to approach, was it game 3 they playing?
Yes.
So, yeah, going into Minnesota, playing in that kind of hostile environment, I think that the fans will be, for Minnesota. I think it would be a different game, different outcome game.
You think it would show more deterioration of LeBron James, or is one of the at least one of the players going to step up, or is it Austin Reeves?
Uh, how Minnesota played, I think how they played Austin Reeves in these two games. I just think that I can't see no other style that Reeves can play. They really have limited him of scoring. Probably been averaging what I want to say about 14 point. You know what I mean per game. You know, I just think Minnesota had held their ground. You know what I mean, playing Austin Reeves. I think that here's the thing. I think that all those other Lakers guys, Doran Smith, gonna have to step up. They're gonna have to get some out of Vincent Gabe. I really think that, man, they should have had tried out. Darkin. You know what I mean, Connect. Another guy that can be in the Lakers rotation. But yeah, Lakers definitely got their work cut out for this game three. So,
You see the big fuss on that last game? What was the big fuss all about?
oh man,
What was that big fuss all about? What was JJ really talking about?
oh man, it was a whole complete distraction, man. Kevin Gate came along, courtside, and I think LeBron, I think he had his little issue with Kevin Gates, disrespecting his wife, coming out, saying that his wife looked like Lamar Odom. I think that LeBron was furious, man, when he wasn't expecting Kevin Gates to show up like that, pull up into the game like that.
And also, that's not to throw off what we're talking about. I also want to take a moment of silence for Gilbert Arenas' son, who's also Big Ticket has reported. Big shout out to Big Ticket has reported that he has been in a car accident and he's in a coma right now. So let's have a big prayer and let's have a moment of silence for Gilbert Arenas' son, man. We praying for you, man. We praying for you, man. Okay, let's get back on subject. So Kevin Gates showed up, right? And I kind of like that. Big shout out to Kevin Gates, man. Brian didn't show going through his face like Stephen A. But Brian didn't go through his face. And I kind of love to like that, man. I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So what's your other words for that?
Oh man, nothing but it's all love. You know, Kevin Gates came out and said, "Man, I love you."
Oh my God! Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's all about love. We love you, man. Speaking in the reference of the great Kevin Gates. We love you, bruh. I just want to say one thing. I love you because you my nigga. And I already know she playing this like you had to put behind closed doors. Good game. But anyway, because you have that boy's a fool, man. But yeah, my expectations for the next game, I think the Lakers is gonna. They may be. I think they're gonna lose. I don't think they can sustain the Timberwolves team and be able to sustain the defense. I think the referee should call the game down the line next game. Should be more of a line call. I like the way the game went with you want to talk about, brother?
Just pretty much. We're gonna have to pretty much wrap things up. So big shout out to Ticket, Carson Cena. Shout out to Two All for TV, man. You know, you got anything you got to say, bro?
Big shout out to Big Ticket. You can catch me at KungFuPepper.com again. And thanks to all you guys that's listening and watching. Big shout out to my big bro. And we just want to say again, bro. One thing. Bro, I love you because you my nigga. And that's it, guys. Go.